Let's move to environmental matters now, and we go to Meru County, where for years myths and taboos worked in the conservation of the Gituune sacred forest. Folklore had it that a big snake lived in the forest and anyone who cut a tree would cry blood.
But all of that changed with the advent of Christianity and modernization, which saw the beginning of the destruction of the forest. Rita Tinina now reports on the myths and the taboos that once worked in conserving the forest and the new initiatives to save it.
The undergrowth in the Gituune sacred forest tells the story of a forest struggling to get a new lease of life. The 21-acre forest was once a thick, natural forest.
Kuta msitu ukiwa mkubwa na ulikuwa hata na wanyama wengi huku sana na hata ndege.
That was decades ago. The forest was intact and it had nothing to do with enforcement of formal law.
Ungekubaliwa kabisa kukata mti mvichi. Ukigusa kidogo unalia masosi ya damu.
The Gituune sacred forest owed its survival to cultural beliefs, myths and taboos.
When we were young children, we were being told that there is a very big snake at the center of the forest. There is also a very big lake at the center of the forest.
Mgeni angeingia huku msituni na maana hajui liko wapi, atajiona anatumbukia ziwani mpaka hapa. Mpaka wasee walete kondoo, wachinje, watoe nini sadaka. Hiyo mtu atoke.
The revered taboos barred, among others, pregnant and menstruating women from accessing the forest.
Hata mtoto akiwa na nywele zile alizaliwa nazo hangeingia msituni.
The only time everyone was allowed into the forest was during inter-community raids over livestock, when the forest acted as a safe haven for women, children and the elderly.
Nakaa huku mpaka wale murani wanasukumana na wale enemies. Alafu baada hayo watoe sadaka, watoe kondoo, wahifadhi msitu tena.
The forest was a sacred site where elders performed rituals to appease the gods during calamities such as drought.
Wakaomba kama ni mvua ikanyesha siku hiyo tu. Haiwezi kulala siku hiyo.
All that changed with the advent of Christianity and other forms of modern life.
Wasungu walipoingia hapa, wakaja na nini dini zile zao. Watu wakafunzwa mambo ya Mungu. Kisamani tukaasha. Hii miti kaanza kukatwa.
And somehow they came to know there was no lake and there was no snake.
With the weakening power of belief in cultural folklore and taboos, loggers, hunters and charcoal burners descended on the forest, destroying it. But elders like 84-year-old John Trukunga held on to hope that all was not lost for the once thick forest. They pushed for the gazettement of the forest as a protected cultural site in 2003.
Na kama sivyo tulifanya kuwa gazetted, hamngekuta msitu hapa ungekuta shamba la watu.
The forest has a new lease of life, but in the digital era where cultural beliefs are a thing of the past, quite literally, conserving the forest, which borders farms and which remains unfenced, is a daily challenge.
Encroaching the forest in the name of firewood, timber, charcoal, hunting.
But a management committee for the Gituune Sacred Forest, which has partnered with the Meru South Nchurincheke Council of Elders, has big plans that will see the forest become a revenue-generating venture. For starters, the committee is hoping to get the forest fenced, to put up 2 manned gates, a cultural center, and clearly marked footpaths.
Then we are also proposing to have guards and also tour guides.
With the waning influence of myths and traditions, and with locals not obeying formal law either, the Gituune sacred forest could be facing one of its biggest survival threats yet. Rita Tinina, KTN, Gituune sacred forest, Meru County.
Fantastic story there by Rita Tinina, and it's so important to talk up these issues. The same challenges facing the Kayas down at the coast. I've been to Gituune. It's a fantastic, very beautiful forest. So sad what's happening there with respect to that. But now